Just following orders. Let me get one of those slow motion pictures, bro. One of the slow motion pictures.
You gotta shoot at 60 frames per second.
Come on, that.
They say they wanna hear that raw shit. Nigga claiming that they bullshit. These nigga better move it caution. As if they make the wrong move it caution. See me, they like, ooh, keep on shopping. I'm on my way up and they ain't gon' stop it. They say they wanna hear that raw shit. I'm on my way. Coming up on my bullshit. They see me, they like, ooh, keep on shopping. I'm on my body, real niggas right beside me. Damn right, I brought my army, going up like a rocket. Can't nobody stop me. These niggas garbage, so watch your mouth, boy. Coming all black, slithering house, call me mouth, boy. I'm off the hip like a cowboy. I'm a king, you should bow, boy. Shorty like that, man, you cut up. Nothing I can handle. 144 with the booth going Rambo. Niggas do you dirty like a stick in a bando. That's why I play the corner like a bum with a banjo. I'ma lead by example. Keep on sobbing, got this bitch off the hand, got this juice, got the drip, about to hit the bitch with the salt. It ain't rap, it's assault. Can't taste a bitch unless you with the coke. They say they wanna hear that raw shit. These niggas claiming that they bullshit. These niggas better move it caution. As if they make the wrong move it caution. Hey! One way, one way, one way, one way, one way. Coming up on my I do it how a veteran be. You better than me. I'm Reggie at the edge of the key. It's all money, no honey. Think you settle and see you locked up, fuck up, and it's back to the streets. It's One West. You can check the residency. I reside with soldiers died on the soles of their feet. Cause there's death.
Shalom, this is the Israelite School Universal and Practical Knowledge, taught at One West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding Junior Hunter. And since 1969, we've been teaching so-called Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Their true heritage, according to the Bible, that is the nation of Israel. Black, Hispanics, Native American, we are God's children. And right now in the world, Russia and Ukraine is the beginning of World War III, which is the beginning of your salvation, which is the beginning of the Lord's judgment upon the heathen for what he did for Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans. If I can, let me get Genesis chapter 4 and 10. Okay. And this is the World War III is the big court date for the oppressor, for everybody who has been oppressing us, because they have been fleeing from the court date. They've been fleeing because they could afford to pay. See, Black, Hispanics, Native Americans, we are being judged right now because we poor. We can't flee from our court date. We getting judged every day. The oppressors, they got the judges in their pocket. They don't even have to show up to court. They kill a Black man, a Hispanic man. They take the Native Americans' lands, and they don't have to answer for it. They don't have to answer for it at all because they ain't going to the court. They ain't not getting judged. So the Lord has to bring World War III to judge them. And the Lord's a righteous judge. He's a righteous judge. So you're going to see the punishment that they're going to get is going to be a just punishment. Whatever the heathen has coming to them is going to be a just punishment. And they got to pay for all the crimes they commit, man. All the crimes that they committed since the beginning of time. Since Cain and Abel, they're going to pay. And we're going to start with that. So we're going to go down the list of all the crimes and atrocities these oppressors have done to the children of Israel, God's chosen people. A people whose first thought is not to harm nobody else. If people's first thought is to be righteous, the Hispanics and Mexicans come over to a land that was once theirs just to have a better life. Just to have a better life. And those are the same people they put their children in cages. The Native Americans, man, they opened arms to the oppressor, to Esau. They opened arms to them. And what did they do to them, man? They showed them how to do. I showed how to live on the land, and in return, they killed the buffalo for them. Bible Gashai, read what you got. If you could, no sweat.
It's the book of Genesis, chapter 4, verse 10. Mm-hmm. And he said, "What hast thou done?"
Okay, start right there. So this is we reading about Cain and Abel, man. Everybody's heard about Cain and Abel in the church, right? And Cain and Abel was the descendants of Adam. And you finna hear what Cain did unto his brother Abel. Right? Keep reading.
The voice of thy brother's blood crieth unto me from the ground.
So this is the Lord saying, your brother's blood cries from the ground. Why does Abel's blood cry from the ground? Abel's blood cried from the ground because Cain killed him. Cain killed his brother because he knew his brother was more righteous than him. Just like today, the oppressor kills Black, Hispanics, Native Americans because that's the only way he can clear their conscience. The only way you can clear your conscience when you're a wicked man is to kill the righteous.
Right.
If I can stop looking at him. Have you ever woke up and had somebody you can't stop? You couldn't stand. You had somebody you couldn't stand. You're like, man, I just don't like that boy.
Right.
Because you know he was better than you at something.
Right.
You didn't want to admit that. That's what we got going on right now. The oppressor sees that Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans are better than him in every single thing, and most specifically being righteous.
That's right.
So what he has to do, he has to kill us. Our voice, Black, Hispanics, Native Americans, our voice is crying from the ground. Our blood is crying from the ground. Our blood, Breonna Taylor, George Floyd, Trayvon Martin, Sandra Bland, Emmett Till, their blood cries from the ground, just like Abel's. Keep reading.
Verse 11. And now art thou cursed from the earth.
So what does what mean he's cursed from the earth? What is this earth? What is this earth he's saying he's cursed from? Cain got done killing his brother. He said, your blood, I hear your brother's blood from the ground. So this earth is talking about the ground. It's talking about the flat surface of the ground. That's what the earth is talking about. Keep reading.
Which hath opened her mouth to receive thy brother's blood from thy hand.
Right. So when you curse, what does it mean that you curse from something? What does it mean when you curse from something? You know why he's saying he's cursed? He's not going to be able to be fruitful on the land. He spilled his brother's blood, and he's not going to be able to yield good fruit from the land. Not literal fruit, but good things from the land. He's not going to be able to till the land and be good with it. He's not going to be no good farmer. So because of that, he has to go build and live where? Where do he have to build and live? He has to go build and live in the mountains. That's where he has to go. That's where he has to go. What do they call it? The Caucasus Mountains? That's where he has to go and live because he is cursed from the ground. So today, we read this is the Genesis. What does Genesis mean? Genesis means the beginning. We are reading the beginning of the atrocities of the oppressor.
That's right.
From Cain and Abel. We are reading, he said he is cursed from the ground, right? How is the oppressor cursed from the ground today? You see it happening. You see skyscrapers. Everybody know our oppressor come from the Caucasus Mountains of Russia. That's Russia, right? We all know that. We know they don't shoot. They built everything with rocks, stone. They don't live off the earth. As a matter of fact, they build pavement on the earth. They build pavement on the earth, and the earth trying to live through the pavement. They put more pavement on there. That's what they do. And we're reading about their spirit right here. All the way in Genesis. Keep reading.
Verse 12. When thou tillest the ground, it shall not henceforth yield unto thee her strength. A fugitive and a vagabond.
And what?
A fugitive and a vagabond.
What is a fugitive and a vagabond? What's a fugitive? What's a fugitive? A criminal. A fugitive is somebody running from what? Justice. That's what a fugitive is. A fugitive is now we start seeing who a real criminal is, who the real fugitive is. Because for as much as I know, Black and Hispanics, Native Americans, we are not fugitives. Best believe that we take some a Snickers bar out the stove, we get in about 10 years. We get in about 10 years, so we ain't no fugitives. We are not running from no crimes. Because everything we did, from big to small, we are going straight to jail, or it might cost us our lives. We don't even have to do anything to cost our lives or go to jail for it. You know what I'm saying? We're supposed to be the land of the free. You're supposed to have some type of mercy on those who can't feed their family. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to have some type of some mercy. I go and I can't feed my family, or my child is sick, and you see me go steal some medication to feed, to give to my daughter, my son, and I get 10 years for that? 10 years? How come somebody can just help me get my medication? How come I couldn't get no benefits of being here? A place where I did not ask to be. I didn't ask to come here on cargo ships, not slave ships, cargo ships, because you was even important enough to get your own boat, accommodated to your boat. They called you it was cargo ships, because you was cargo. You didn't ask to be over here. The Native Americans didn't ask for their land to be stolen and to be on reservations. They didn't ask for that. And through the midst of all that, they still served the oppressor. We still serve the oppressor greatly too. Woke up, I'm talking about in the midst of slavery, man, midst of picking cotton, we decided to do what? Create a cotton gin. We serve this place, man. We serve this place with our whole heart, even though that every other nation hates us. And like I mentioned before, that's why they hate us, because they know we are more righteous. Can you just, I would hate that person too, that you just keep beating on, and they can't overthrow you and keep coming up and showing that they are better than you. When somebody treats you like dirt in the world and you keep looking at you keep smiling in their face and treat them good, what happens? They are mad because they know that they know that you're better than them. Like, dang, bro, he's just better than me. When I'm treating him bad, he still opened his house to me. He still gave me food to eat. That's what happened. That's the spirit of Christ. And that's what Christ did when he said, love thine enemies. He loved his own people. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what we do for our own people. We're not going to be doing that much for the oppressors no more. Everybody who's been whooping our backs and taking our children from our mothers, we're not going to give that honor to them no more. We're not, because that's going to be against God's will. That's why you got World War III here. Keep reading what you got. And a vagabond. Read that again.
A fugitive and a vagabond shalt thou be in the earth.
What's a vagabond? What is a vagabond? A vagabond is someone who has no culture. A vagabond, in simple terms, a vagabond who's somebody who don't put season on their chicken. That's a vagabond. A vagabond who steals everybody's culture. A vagabond are people who know how to dance and put on some chains. Now they invite you to cookouts. You realize that? You realize that the oppressor's always set on high because he threw things of other cultures, because he has none. When we see an oppressor act like a black man, we like, oh, he invited you to cookout. He has swag. Why? Because he's bland. You don't expect that from them. You don't expect that from them at all. You know what I'm saying? They are vagabond, they have no culture. You see in every movie, this is true. In every movie, if a man has no culture, what you gotta do? You gotta attach yourself to everybody's culture. And you know this since the time of the Maccabees, and they wanted everybody to be one. They wanted everybody to be one. Every culture, all together. And that's what the oppressor is today. He has no culture, so what he's going to do? He's going to take the culture of the Jews. He's going to take the culture of the Chinese people, the Arab people, all these different nations, and going to combine them into one. And that's why you have America right here. It's a so-called melting pot. That's what it is. When America said we're home of the free, America means we're the home of the free, where you can be able to serve any God you want to serve. That's it. And that's why people get disowned. Chinese people get disowned from their family when they come over here, because they start serving they come from serving Buddha and whatever they got going over there with the Chinese New Year's and all that dragon stuff, right? They leave and they come and serve white Jesus. That's why it means to be free. But the oppressor, we see that he's a vagabond. He has no culture whatsoever. Name something he has. Name something he brought to the table for the whole world. What he offered to the world. Nothing. You don't be like, man, I'm about to go there. You say I'm gonna go eat some Chinese food. You might have that. I'm gonna go to that. You know what I'm saying? Get some Jamaican food. You got our brothers got soul food. We got all our food, man. You know, we got to salt the earth. Other nations also bring their own food to the table too, right? Some spices or some spices or some. What do he bring? You don't go over there and be like, let me go there. They got a new Caucasian spot. I'm finna hit up. I'm finna hit up a new Caucasian spot. They don't have that because they are a vagabond. They don't have no sense of no You know how people say for us, they say do it for the culture,
Right.
right? They don't have that. What is them doing it for the culture? And what you think? Now I'm gonna tell you something. You might think they have their own culture, like what's that? Country music, but that comes from black men. Elvis, he got his style from a black man. They don't have anything you think he come up and it's gonna be something good. It's not his. I guarantee it. It is not his. But if it's bad, if it's something crazy, best believe it is his. We had to teach these people. I'm not gonna be too long on this, but we had to teach them how to eat food, how to cook food. Man, keep reading. Keep reading out. Oh yeah.
I clear verse 12.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 13.
Mm-hmm.
And Cain said unto the Lord,
Mm-hmm.
my punishment is greater than I can bear.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 14.
That's 13.
That was 13.
Mm-hmm.
Verse
13.
That was 13 that I read.
Mm-hmm. So the Lord right now, Cain's like, man, all I did was kill my brother. Now I gotta be a fugitive and a vagabond. That's too much for me. Like, bro, I only killed my brother. Am I my brother's keeper? You really gonna do this to me, Lord? Damn, bro, you whack, bro. Like, really, bro? That don't make no sense, bro. How dare you punish me? How dare you do that, bro? It's your fault. You should have accepted what I had, and I would never kill my brother. You the reason I killed my brother. You the reason, Lord. Keep reading.
If I could.
Yeah, go ahead.
What you're saying is heavy. Malakante brought this out the other day,
Mm-hmm.
and you say this a lot, and the rest of the men do,
Mm-hmm.
that like if a black man end up killing one of his brothers, he gonna have remorse.
Right.
I think Austin the point was saying that like in those times we had lost like 35 or maybe 40 brothers, and we all mourned.
Right.
But Malakante was saying that in the military would be like, man, we lost 8 men. That's it.
Right.
Only 8 of my brothers died. That's it. Like that's the type of spirit they have. That's why they must have a judgment day. That's why the big court date is for them, because if not, they're gonna consume this earth with utter wickedness and allow us to have that spirit to continue.
Right. No, that preacher saying is so heavy, because you see that in the U.S. military, they have this thing where they sacrifice people for the greater good.
Right.
But it's not. It makes no sense, because you have your own men you've been trained up, and they die. You send them out knowing they're going to die. You know what I'm saying? You like, man, what's the casualty? That's what they say. What's the casualty?
Mm-hmm.
This 120. Oh, that's what really good. That's what they do. They feel like when they do that stuff like that, they have times when they will kill people for the so-called greater good for America, and they would be like, well, we shouldn't get punished for that. This is the reason why we're doing it.
Right.
That's the spirit of Cain. I shouldn't get punished for killing my brother. Why he went to go get that sacrifice like that? He should have let me know. He should have did what I did, but he had Cain mind since he wanted to serve, since Abel wanted to serve God. Abel was in his brotherhood. Just like when we go out in camp and we want to serve God, our people look at us like they hate us.
That's right.
They hate us because we want to serve God. That's why. No other reason. That's plain and simple. You hating the same people that's telling you to change your life. You telling the same people to separate from the Christian church that's been the reason why we've been dying. That sounds like the spirit that came to me. Keep reading up.
Verse 14. Behold, thou hast driven me out this day from the face of the earth,
Mm-hmm.
and from thy face shall I be hid,
Mm-hmm.
and I shall be
the face shall I be hid. Read that again. Read that from the top. 14.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 4, verse 14. Mm-hmm. Behold, thou hast driven me out this day from the face of the earth.
Right? The ground, right?
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
And from thy face shall I be hid.
Right. Who's right? He's going to be hid from the Lord's face. What does that mean? What does it mean to be hid from the Lord's face? Go ahead.
The Lord ain't going to be with him?
Lord ain't going to be with him. He ain't going to have no protection. First you say I can't be fruitful in the land. Now you say he won't protect me.
Ooh.
Now, ask yourself this, Christians. Why is Cain worried about being protected if the Christian church teaches only 3 people on earth right now? Adam and Eve, and Cain just killed his brother, so it's only Adam and Eve and Cain. Why is Cain scared? It is only 3 people on the face of the earth. Because the Christians, that's why Christians, see, you don't understand why little stories like this confuse your whole train of thought of the practicality of everything. He is scared because there's other people on the face of the earth. Right? Adam was given the breath of life. Adam was given the law, statute, and commandments. That's what Adam was given. Adam wasn't the first man on earth. He was what you would call the first man in the truth. The man the Lord chose to give the laws, statutes, and commandments to. The Lord always chooses a man. And that's the whole reason why we know this. It's the whole reason why Cain killed Abel. Because Abel's sacrifice was better than Cain's. Cain gave the Lord a rooty-pooty goddamn sacrifice. He supposed to give a meat sacrifice. He gave him stuff of the plants. Right? Cain gave the Lord, didn't want to give the Lord his best animals, right? His best cattle, like Abel did. Because Abel understood that the reason why his farm and his land grows is because of the Lord. Cain didn't understand that. Cain believed that his animals was the reason why his land was growing. So he didn't want to give the Lord that because he said, well, all this stuff will go down when you do that. That's what happened. We learned. That's how we even know. It's the real reason why we know they had the law. They got it from because Adam taught them animal sacrifice. Keep reading.
And I shall be a fugitive and a vagabond in the earth. And it shall come to pass that every one that findeth me shall slay me.
We just read that. Who's gonna find him? If it's only him, who's gonna find him? His father, his mother? Who's gonna find him? Keep reading.
Verse 15. And the Lord said unto him, therefore, whosoever slayeth Cain, vengeance shall be taken on him sevenfold.
So what just happened here? What the Lord just did? What did the Lord do just to protect Cain? What the Lord just did, he said, whoever kills you, this is what I'm gonna do to protect you. You so worried about it? That's what I'm gonna do. Whoever slays you, gonna get vengeance on them sevenfold. That's what he said. And we see that today. What happens when you go? What happens if you just hit the oppressor, a so-called white man? What would happen? Shit.
If you hit him,
what would happen?
you're getting jersey numbers.
You getting jersey numbers. You going to jail? What happened to you? You going there? You in jail? You like, man? What happened to you, boy? Yeah, man, my teacher, man, I accidentally ran into him.
Right.
A Karen. He accidentally ran into a Karen. She fell down. Said you tried to rape her. Now you in jail. Now just imagine if you kill a devil, man. Let me tell you something. We get an electric chair. Just imagine if you kill a devil for defending your life. You will get the electric chair. Why? Because vengeance will be taken on you sevenfold. Right? Keep reading.
And the Lord set a mark upon Cain, lest any finding him should kill him.
So, why did the Lord do this? Why would the Lord make the person why would the Lord not want us to have vengeance on that person? I don't want to give it to y'all, give it to nobody. But why the Lord didn't want us, why the Lord put that on them? That whoever kills him shall have sevenfold. What that? Get us man. Because she said, because vengeance is the Lord. Right. And that's the whole reason of the class, and we call it the big court date, because the Lord is going to wreak vengeance for all the crimes the oppressor had did to Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans. That's what he's going to do, because vengeance is his. And that's the whole reason. We are the creation, and the Lord is the creator. And we are servants to the Most High. Like, even in, like, think about this, man. A lot of people don't understand this. Like, why would the Lord do this, right? But let me check this is. If somebody did something to your daughter or your son, you want vengeance, right? If somebody done rape my daughter, right? I want to kill that man. Leave that man for me, right? She's my daughter. She's my child. Now, Black Hispanics and Native Americans, we are all the Most High's children. So who should get vengeance for whoever do the things unto us? Whoever rapes us, whoever murders us, whoever steals our land, whoever ships us in the bottom of a cargo ship for months at a time, who rape our women, who lynch our ancestors, who throw our babies into for alligator bait, who make leather, make shoes out our skin. Who should get vengeance for that? The child or the parent? The father. Who should it, man? The father should get vengeance for that. That's who should get vengeance. Right? Ain't that right? If somebody do something to your child, you gonna tell your child go handle that? Your child just got molested, you gonna tell your child go handle that? Let me tell you something, man. The Lord knows how. You know about your child. You think you know your child. You know your child's name, the day she was born, social security number. You know her birthmarks. You know how many. You know what her favorite color is. What she like to eat. All these different things. You know all that about your child. You know all that about your child, right? You know all that stuff about your child, right? The Lord knows how many hairs you have on your head. Just imagine doing that. Just imagine you counting the hairs of your daughter's head, your son's head. The Lord knows how many hairs you have in your head of all His children. That should be frightening to anybody who touch me. You should be scared for that, right? You should be terrified to touch me. And I'm not gonna do nothing. I'm gonna let my Father handle you. The God of heaven and earth. The author of life and death, He's going to handle you. And let me tell you something. There's another reason why He don't want you going out there and kill these devils or kill the oppressor. What's another reason why? Besides vengeance being His. What would happen? Let me break it down this way. How would you feel if that man you wanted vengeance for, and somebody else did something to him? Right. Nice. That's exactly the answer I was looking for. The Lord, if you do something to the oppressor, to these heathen, you will be cheating them out their death. You will be cheating them out their punishment the Lord has set for them. The Lord is making, like, we don't call the big court day, the judgment day, World War III for nothing. This day is, I'm telling you, people going to come up from the grave. The sky is going to open. It's going to be an alien invasion, and you want to get your vengeance now. You want to get your vengeance now. You want to cheat them out of death. Let me tell you something. The Lord is going to wake up devils that die, so they could die again to get the rightful death. The Lord is going to get vengeance for Emmett Till. That's the Lord you serve. But what the Christian church teach you, forget the times are old. Forget slavery. Well, I'm glad that vengeance is the Lord's and the Lord never forgets. We just read about Cain and Abel. Abel's blood still cries from the ground. Still cries from the ground. I'm glad I put my vengeance in the Lord's hands, because He never forgets. You put your vengeance in T.D. Jake's hands, Christian pastors, and L. Sharpton. You put your vengeance in Him, and you would never get vengeance. You would never get justice.
I got a precept of what you said.
Go ahead.
It's the book of Romans, chapter 12, verse 19. Dearly beloved, avenge not yourselves, but rather give place unto wrath. Mm-hmm. For it is written, vengeance is mine. I will repay, saith the Lord. So, what you saying is heavy. The Lord is saying that vengeance is His.
Right. And that's what the whole class is about. The whole class is about that, man. Vengeance is His. And it's like I said, you might just get angry hearing that. But who are you to question what God has planned for your enemies? You gotta ask yourself, if you don't trust God, do you really believe in God? Do you really trust God if you're not willing to let Him handle your enemies? You might feel as though you're not worth Him protecting you. And that's why you should follow His laws, statutes, and commandments. You gotta follow after God. And if you do that, you will be confident the Lord will going to come back and destroy all your enemies for all your lives you done lived. Keep reading what you got.
Verse 15. And the Lord saith unto him, therefore, whoever slayeth Cain, vengeance shall be taken on him sevenfold. And the Lord set a mark upon Cain, lest any finding him should kill him.
What is this mark? Anybody know what this mark is? You know what the mark is?
I'm not familiar.
The mark is red skin. That's what the mark he gave Cain, was red skin. And what you supposed to do when you see red? You supposed to stop. You supposed to be like, oh, no, not messing with him. He gave you, that's what the mark he gave on him. And we know this because of who? Esau. Those are Cain's children. The Esau today, the white man today has the spirit of Cain on them. And that's why they have red skin. And they have a mark on them. And you know what's so crazy about it? They don't want you to know the mark. Right? They don't want you to know the mark. Right? How do you?
That's right.
They don't want, so what they do? What they call themselves?
They call themselves white.
They call themselves white because they are hiding their mark. They are hiding themselves because they are somebody. They are a man of somebody. We're gonna find out. If I can, let me get red in this compact Bible dictionary. We're gonna get it for you. This is a Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary that was not written by nobody in ISUPK. It was written by another devil, another oppressor. So don't want to know. We got to go through these books. So you know, people like to hear it come from other people's mouths or other people. But in the ISUPK, we are scholars. We read. You got red? Let me see. Let me get it for you, Bob Gazal. Let me see where I want you to read. I want you to read. Start right there. The definite 9. The definite on 9. Okay. Yeah. That's what he is. So we say he's a man of somebody. Who is he?
The definition of red. The color of sin.
The color what?
Of sin.
The color what?
Sin.
Let me tell you something. The so-called white man, he is the man of sin. And that's why World War III is here. The World War III is here because the man of sin is being revealed. Can you get that script? See what you got to say.
If I could, what you're saying is heavy because everything that they try to cover up is literally describing themselves. Like a lot of times, you know, when you'll watch movies and they'll say the devil's underneath the ground, he's in hell and he's red. Well, this definition just said that the color red is, you know what I'm saying, the color of sin. You know what I'm saying? That's why we say that they're the goddamn devil the Bible speaks of. It's right in front of your face. Like, they're really the devil. They want to represent the devil in hell underneath the ground, burning up with a pitchfork, and he's red. And we telling you right here, he's walking on the face of the earth. He the color of sin, he's a white man.
And if I may, they say you got to go to hell to beat the devil. What state we in for Black, Hispanic, Native Americans? We are in hell.
People is in hell.
We are in hell, and the devil is walking around every day, and you don't want to listen to that thing you learned when you was a child. They taught you that the devil was in hell and he was red. They taught you that. Why? They taught you that when you were a child, right? I learned that when I was a young man, Yanni, right?
That's right.
When I was a kid.
That's right.
And that's what they had. Now we are seeing the devil play out. If I can, let me get this precept. You can probably read it over here.
You want?
2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 3. Read that precept because we just read that Cain mark was what? Red skin. And we know that from Esau, right? We know that from Esau. He had red, he came out red, right? You know, the white man today has red skin. He tried to cover up with being what? Saying that he's white, saying that he's pure, to hide his sin, to hide the fact that he's the man of sin. But this is a time in the Bible we're going to read when he said Christ is going to return and when this stuff start happening. Read what you got.
It's the book of 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first.
Keep going.
And that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition.
The man of sin be revealed. That's the day when it's going to come. Until the what? The man of sin be revealed. Why do you think it's in the start of World War III? Because the man of sin is being revealed. Everybody's starting to understand that the so-called white man in today he's the devil, the Bible speaks of.
That's right.
And not only is blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are seeing that, but every other nation, even his own people are seeing that. White people are realizing that white people are the devil. You know how I know you see that in Russia and Ukraine? Ukraine is getting murdered by Russia. That's white on white crime. White on white crime that's happening in Russia and Ukraine. And Ukraine is asking his other white brother to come help him. America. And America say, I ain't doing it. I'm gonna send you bread because Americans want to fix their problem with money. But now how you supposed to fix a problem? So they say, I'm not gonna help them. And that man of sin is being revealed. They seen how much a devil the white man is. They're seeing how much the devil, the heathen is, the oppressor that rules over Black, Hispanics, Native Americans. They ever seen the hypocrisy when it comes down to the children of God. Now they've been letting the Ukrainians into the border. They never let them. They let the same criminals and drug dealers into America from Ukraine. But what happened when Hispanics, so-called Mexicans, had to flee from a murderer and drug dealers to come live a righteous life? They get their children in cages. And all you're doing right now is exactly what this class is about. The big court date. You are making the judge is gonna sit down. You are making your case invalid. You are putting yourself. The scripture says you are drunk so much, man. Let me tell you something. You are drunk. You gonna put your own self. You gonna put your own self in destruction. And we are seeing that, man. We are seeing that. You literally doing one thing. The Lord gonna come back. You gonna sit around the trial. And they're gonna be like, well, why you treat these people that way? You be like, oh, because of blasey. They're gonna be like, well, this happened to the exact same people. Why you do the exact same thing to them? Then they're gonna get caught up. For example, when we went to the mission of Kuna, right? Mm-hmm. What happened? We went to go there to do what? Help the Haitians. Traveling for a better life. But the Arabs that was bombing them. Think about that. Think about why the oppressor is such a devil to even to his own people, and the reason why we shouldn't trust. Look how many of our people, how many people served in the military, and it was in Iraq and Afghanistan for all them years. Just to leave like that, just for it to be in vain. Just how many fathers was going out our lives. Usually your dad was in the military. You know, a lot of Black, Hispanic, Native American, Black and Hispanics are in the military, right? Right. Just imagine your father going to Iraq 2 years out your life. Just imagine losing your father in Iraq. Just for him to be in vain, just for them to leave guns and weapons down there in Iraq because of Sleepy Joe, a coward that he is, and ship the Arabs, the same people they was fighting back to America on first-class flights and have a loan when they come in. Airbnb. You know the government partnered with Airbnb. Airbnb was going to go out of business, but they partnered with them to put Arabs in there. That's the man we serve. We see the hypocrisy for the children of God. We see the spirit of Cain inside the white man today. You have something to say?
Yeah, if I could, I had a precept to what you were saying. You were saying that the man of sin is being revealed, and here we are in the end times, and we're in the book of Revelation. So I this precept is Revelation chapter 3 verse 9. Revelation meaning to reveal. Right. And what you were saying was heavy to reveal the man of sin because of the hypocrisy and the lies and the sins that they have committed against the children of Israel. Revelation chapter 3 verse 9. Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan. We're not like this is in the scripture when we say that the white man is the damn devil that the Bible speaks of. Right. We're not lying about this. These are the Lord's words, which say they are Jews. Over there in our homeland, they got the Jewish man saying that he is the real Jews and he is not. But the Israelites, the God's chosen people are waking up to tell you that they're not. Because the man of sin is being revealed. He's been put out. He's no longer camouflaged like the chameleon that he is. He's run out of colors to camouflage with. He's been spotted red-handed, just like his skin. He's red-handed. He's been caught. It's over with. The gimmick's up. We know it's you. Yeah, you're not one of us. I'm sorry, buddy. And are not, but do lie. Behold, I will make them to come and worship before thy feet, and to know that I have loved you. And the Lord is saying this is why they gotta have a judgment day, the big court days, because in no times He's gonna make all these oppressors come and worship us at our feet. They're gonna come and lick up the dust from our boots, and that's how you know the Lord loves you. That He's gonna make your oppressors bow down, and He's unfolding all these lies right in front of your face to let you know that they've been lying this entire time. It's a lot.
And what the brother was saying is so heavy, man, because the brother was saying so heavy. It said about how I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews and are not, but do lie. Let me tell you something. The whole class is what? The big court date. They're going to answer for their crimes. So what crime is this right here? Saying that you are people and you're not. Identity theft. That's a crime in itself. We're going to go down the list how many crimes they broke. They're going to have a court date. Look, it says right here. I got it right here for y'all. Matter of fact. It says a felony of the third degree identity theft conviction can result in a prison sentence from 2 to 10 years. Now just imagine how many other oppressors done stole our identity. What's another identity theft? Just saying that you're a child of God. You don't matter how to say what you're right. You can say you're a child of God. That's another identity theft. That's identity theft in its entirety. Stealing a piece of somebody's culture is identity theft too. The Arabs that stole, their whole thing came from us. They used to pray to Jerusalem. They got what they got Ramadan, which is a fast, like a day of atonement, which is not even a real fast. It's just like they just skipping lunch. We go through 24 hours not eating food, no water. That's atonement. That's going through pain and affliction. But you skip lunch. Black and Spanish Native Americans, we always skip lunch because we have no food, no money for food. We always skipping lunch. But we better go. Some days we go out eating.
That's facts.
Real talk, man. Let's go back into these scriptures, man. I don't want to get too off topic, man, but we're gonna go down in crimes of the oppressor because we want you to let you know that we don't say that he's the devil because of any bias against us. All we're doing is laying down the evidence, and we want you to decide if that's not the devil, then who is? You know what I'm saying? Who is? Read Genesis. Go down to 23 in Genesis.
4th chapter?
Yeah, same chapter.
It's the book of Genesis, chapter 4, verse 23. And Lamech said unto his wives, Adah and Zillah, hear my voice, ye wives of Lamech.
Right, this is Lamech. He's the grandson of Cain. Right? Keep reading.
Hearken unto my speech, for I have slain a man to my wounding.
He been killed a man, right? Keep going, just like his grandfather.
And a young man to my hurt. Verse 24. If Cain shall be avenged sevenfold, truly Lamech 70 and sevenfold.
But he's saying, if my grandfather got avenged sevenfold, surely me. What, read again? How many times he's gonna be?
70 and sevenfold.
Let me tell you something, man. Esau is the descendants of Cain, man. They have the spirit of Cain on them, man.
That's right.
Murder is being passed from their generation to generation. So how many folds are going to be taken for the oppressor today? For Esau today? You only 7 times 700 billion. And we see that today. We've seen what happens when you do something to an oppressor. When you speak, when you defend yourself. And what happens unto you? You are going under the jail cell. Your children if you do something to if you do something to an oppressor, your children gotta suffer. That's what's going to happen. You're not going to get away. You are not going to get away from that. You're not, especially right now, man. Back when he said Cain was sevenfold, he was 70. 7 times 7?
70 and sevenfold.
70 and sevenfold, man. That's what we have. Just imagine how many it is. You touch your oppressor, boy. Lord be with you. Huge, and that's why we say separate. That's why the Bible got laws against heathens and sleeping with heathen women. You get you a heathen woman, you get you an oppressor, you get you a so-called Edomite, boy. She could want to lay with you, and you gonna go and she get caught. You know what she's gonna say? Rape. You get an electric chair. Ask him and tell what he got. for nothing. Probably for looking away of a white woman. What did he get? The Lord sees that. The Lord is going to put vengeance for Emmett. For everybody who died unjustly, he's going to do that on the big court date. The big court date that you got to be ready for.
That's right.
Keep reading what you got? What you got?
Verse 25.
Mm-hmm.
And Adam knew his wife again.
Let me go to Deuteronomy 25 and 17. Because we are saying, like I mentioned out before, man, I'm happy to put my trust in the Lord. That's what I do. I put my trust in the Lord, and he's saying vengeance is his. The Lord is letting you know that he does not forget. He does not forget. We're going to read how we know the Lord does not forget. You got 25 and 17, Deuteronomy? Read what you got.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 25, verse 17.
Mm-hmm.
Remember what Amalek did unto thee by the way.
What did Amalek do?
When ye were come forth out of Egypt.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 18.
Mm-hmm. So we're out of Egypt, right? And we try to go into the promised land, right? What was going on? We got out of Egypt with Moses. We try to go into the promised land, right?
Right.
Amalekite, right, which is the so-called Jewish man today, right? The man in our land today, right? What they did is we was traveling. We had to travel to different lands to get to our land, right?
Right.
So we was marching with our army in front to look strong and powerful, right? And we had our young and old people in the back. And when we passed through there with our army, they wasn't messing with our army, right? And we was a lot of numbers, right? So we passed with our army. Who was in the back? The women and children, and they killed them. That's the coward you live in today. You pass the real men and go kill the children and the elderly. What type of monster would do that thing? Keep reading.
Verse 18. How he met thee by the way, and smote the hindmost of thee, even all that were feeble.
Right. All that was people who can't protect themselves. When we say that today, you only killing people who can't protect themselves. Emmett Till was a little boy.
Right.
A little boy. You have other Trayvon Martin, a little boy. Other little boys getting down. I forgot the kid's name. He had a fake gun. Got killed. Children are being in borders. They have Planned Parenthood. Your child is dying in the womb. Child is dying in the womb. They took your children and threw into alligators.
Right.
They have no respect. Just like in Deuteronomy 28, they have no regard for neither young nor old.
That's right.
And that's what you were seeing in this oppression that we in. And we've seen that this is in the beginning. This is in the beginning. And it's so important that you read this Bible, because what happens when you read this Bible? You start seeing their characteristics. And you start seeing what the men above you did. We're finna get into that. We're finna see what the men above, the Lord gave, what the men above us, the men that came before us, what they did. And we should do what they did. We should take what they did and keep it in our mind. You know what I'm saying?
Like Coach was saying, it's heavy to remember. Like the Lord remembers, and you come into these scriptures that allow you to remember the atrocities that the oppressors have put you through.
Right.
Like I know, obviously, it's in front of us. Like we know that in school, we know certain things, but the Bible was like here before all of that. Like this has the actual records and everything. Like if you want to know the real history of what really happened, you come back to these scriptures, and that should have your zeal on fire to want to keep learning more and want to actually serve the Lord. When you read these stories of the men and the women and the children that serve the Lord and the things that he did and the stuff that he gave them for serving him, you would want to do the same.
Right.
It's far greater than anything you can never fathom in this kingdom.
Right.
Right.
And we're gonna read why it's so important, like the preachers brought out, why it's important to read what happened to the men who came before you, and what this people that you live in today and what their characteristic was. We just read that Amalek.
Yeah, right.
Amalek, the Amalekites, they killed our children and our old elders in the back, and these are the same people that are living today. Now read, go to 1 Samuel chapter 15, verse 1. Baba Kashab. Let me know when you get there. Hey.
1 Samuel 15 and 1.
Baba Kashab.
And I got you right here. It's the book of 1 Samuel, chapter 15, verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
Samuel also said unto Saul, the Lord sent me to anoint thee.
Right, so this is right now we're reading is Saul. So this is a couple 100 years after the count with the Amalekites, right?
Right.
Saul was the first king of Israel. He was the first king of Israel at the time of Egypt. You know, it was a time where when we got out of Egypt, we went through the land, we just read the Amalekites did to us, right? Then when we got to our land, and we lost our land, right?
Right.
We went through a time of judges. A time of judges, we was being ruled by judges, and that's how we was governing ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Now they wanted to be, the children of Israel wanted to be just like the heathen. Everybody had somebody who represented that nation. Everybody had a king. Other heathens had kings that represented them. So Israel being like how we suffer from right now,
right,
wanted to be like everybody else. We wanted the king as well. So the Lord picked Saul to be our first king. And we finna read what Saul's first order was as king after being anointed. Keep reading.
The Lord sent me to anoint thee to be a king over his people,
Mm-hmm.
over Israel.
Right.
Now, therefore, hearken thou unto the voice of the words of the Lord.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 2.
Mm-hmm.
Thus saith the Lord of hosts,
Mm-hmm.
I remember that which Amalek did to Israel.
That what?
Amalek.
Let me tell you something, man. The first thing after Saul got anointed, he said, "But I remember what they done did unto me." And this is 100 years ago. These are hundreds of years ago. After that account, and the Lord said, "Don't forget." He said, "Damn right, Lord, I ain't forgetting." But what your Christian's pastor teach you? Forget slavery.
Mm-hmm.
Forgive them. The Lord said, "Never forget what they did unto you." The Christian church, the reason why the Christian church teach to forget slavery is that because they hate their people. They love their life right now, and they don't want nobody to jeopardize that. They love their hell right now. They want to make this their heaven. They want you not to forget slavery, because if you remember slavery, they're not gonna have their heaven along with the oppressor. They're not going to have it. They love the money they get. They love the gifts they get. They don't want you to know the truth. Because you know what the scripture say? What does the scripture say? Oppression makes a wise man mad. Right? A lot of y'all people don't even know they're oppressed. A lot of people, since they have the free liberty to go out there and play basketball and football, they're not oppressed. But nobody ever told those people that they was kings and priests on earth. Nobody told Jose, working 8 hours a week to feed his family, that he was supposed to be a priest and a king on earth. So if you don't tell Jose that, and Jamal and Darius that, they are going to just live the life they thought is good right now. They think it's okay to wake up and play the video game and have enough money on the side to go out. They don't. That's what their life is, because they see life in the view of slaves. That's what they do, man. You have something to say?
If I could, I had a precept.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, we were just, is a precept to what you were saying. When thus saith the Lord of hosts, I remember that which Amalek did to Israel. You know, Amalek being the Amalekites, you know, the Edomites, you know what I'm saying, the oppressor. In Revelations 18:5, for her sins have reached unto heaven, and God hath remembered her iniquities. All their sins have reached all the way to the heavens, and the Lord has remembered what they've done. Just like Saul saying right here, man. Hey, the Lord is saying the same thing, man. I do not forget. I remember. Y'all gonna have to pay. Like, it's just, it has to happen.
Right.
I remember what y'all did to the children of Israel. Right. And y'all have to pay for that.
Right.
So lock it.
Now get that piece of hand. Yeah, you know he's always gonna bring pieces. You know, Yahadi, he a Percepticon to make it, man. He's gonna bring the precepts out, man. He's gonna bring the precepts out, man. Let me get verse 2 on that.
Verse 2. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, I remember that which Amalek did to Israel, how he laid wait for him in the way.
Right, lay wait, meaning he killed the people in the back, right? Keep going.
When he came up from Egypt. Verse 3. Now go and smite Amalek.
What?
Now go and smite Amalek.
You read it?
And utterly destroy all that they had.
Let me tell you something. I thought God loved everybody. Don't the scripture say God does not change?
Mm-hmm.
You know what's so funny about Christians? It's like since God, they believe that God came and gave Christ out of the world now. He died for everybody now.
Right.
Let me tell you something. You know how much in vain they death had to be? Just imagine using a Amalekite or something. An Amalekite, right? Just imagine you was one of them you're like, man, I wish he would have changed his mind back then. All the heathen that Israel was killing in the Old Testament, and now God loves everybody. When I was a heathen, I'd be mad at it. I'd be like, man, you done killed my ancestors.
Mm-hmm.
See the hypocrisy in the Christian church? Don't make sense. Read that again. See what the Lord wanted to happen to them, man.
It's the book of 1 Samuel, chapter 15, verse 3.
Mm-hmm.
Now go and smite Amalek and utterly destroy all that they have, and spare them not.
Spare them not. I mean, don't say none. Kill everything. That's the order I give. That's the commandment I give unto you. Drop down to 8.
Verse 8. And he took Agag, the king of the Amalekites, alive, and utterly destroyed all the people with the edge of the sword. Verse 9.
He disobeyed what God said to do. We took him alive. God said kill everybody. He took everybody alive. Disobeyed God's order, right?
Right.
Can you read it?
Verse 9. But Saul and the people spared Agag and the best of the sheep and of the oxen and of the fatlings and the lambs and all that was good, and would not utterly destroy them. But everything that was vile and refused, that they destroyed utterly.
Right.
Verse 10. Then came the word of the Lord unto Samuel, saying.
Hold up. So verse 9, what he did? What did he just do? Did he do what the Lord said do? You know what he did? He wanted to give those things to the Lord. He kept the best things because he said he's going to give them to the Lord. But what the Lord told him to do? Huh? Kill him. He said kill them all. That is Christianity. You disobey God, then you go try to tell God what to do. You try to tell God what he likes. That's what they do. God said don't smoke weed. Christians will go smoke weed and sell drugs, but they will come use that money to tie it to the church. That's what they will do. You get what I'm saying?
I could. What you saying is heavy. He disobeyed the order. That's Christian. If you go 5 books to the left in the Old Testament, you go to Deuteronomy, there's a whole chapter about the curses that came upon us from disobeying the Lord.
Right.
So it's important to do what the Lord say, man. If he say kill him, kill him. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no ifs, ands, buts, no utterance, no murmuring, no none of that.
Right. And it's so every priest, because they disobey the Lord for the Lord. That's Christianity. Right. They disobey the Lord for the Lord. The Christians swear they serve God, and they swear they having Sunday service for the Lord. And what they gonna bring to Sunday service? Pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster. They gonna say this is for the Lord.
And don't forget the money too.
The money, ooh boy. A stripper gonna come in church. She gonna make money. The money she made on Saturday night and come tie her money, and she gonna like, oh, my life is good. And she really believe that she making so much money stripping because she's giving 10% of it to the church.
If I could, money not even clean. They got all types of. It's been all up through the the tie. They wear in the strip clubs, all in the G strings and everything. Got the juices all on it, just giving it straight, put in a collection plate. All types of robbers, all types of stuff up in that church, man. It's just. Everything what you're saying is heavy. All the abominations and sins is in that church.
Right, man. This is the spirit behind everything, man. When we're reading it. The Christians do the exact same thing. We just read it. Drop down to verse 21.
Verse 21.
So right now, Samuel done seen what he done did. We're going to read into that, man. Give verse 21.
Verse 21. But the people took of the spoil.
Right.
Sheep and oxen.
Right.
The chief of the things which should have been utterly destroyed.
Right. To
sacrifice unto the Lord thy God in Gilgal.
Right.
Salakia.
All right. That's 21.
That was 21.
Keep going down.
Verse 22. And Samuel said, hath the Lord as great delight in burnt offerings and sacrifices.
Right.
as in obeying the voice of the Lord.
Right.
Behold, to obey is better than sacrifice.
So obey is better than what?
Is better than sacrifice.
Let me tell you something. This is an important scriptures because the Lord only wants you to do the one thing. Do what He say. Do. You are a disobedient child. A child does not listen to what their parent, their father have to say.
Right.
They go out to find another way. Listen, a father will tell a child to do something a certain way, and they will go find a different way to do it, thing that's going to please their father more. But your father just wanted it a certain way. And that's what the Most High wanted. He said, "No, I said to this, bro. Like, what? I don't delight in your burnt offerings. Like, I am the God of heaven and earth. I say kill all of them, man. Now, look what happened. He didn't kill all of them. The Lord said kill all of them, right? I'm going to show the irony of it all. If Saul was to kill all these people, we wouldn't have people in our land right now. Those the same people we're talking about right now, the same people in our land. But he disobeyed one order that God gave him. See how it turns back on you? See that? Keep reading. Go to verse 23.
Verse 23. For rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft, and stubbornness.
As the what? Rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft. Keep going, man.
And stubbornness is as iniquity and idolatry.
Let me tell you something. Stubbornness as idolatry. Why? Because if you're not serving God, who are you serving? You serving another God. If you ain't serving God, that God you're serving is yourself. You tell yourself what you want to do. You tell yourself, and you are idolatry. And what's the first commandment? Y'all Christians know the commandments. Y'all know the 10 Commandments.
Mm-hmm.
Right there it is. That's it. We saw and see that, man. Let's go down to let me make a point though. So we read Saul, right? How many mistakes did Moses have? Y'all heard Moses? Then Moses didn't make the Holy Land, the Promised Land, because of something, right? The Lord told him to speak unto the rock to give the children of Israel water. He smite the rock. And for that little mistake he did not do, he did not see the Promised Land. Saul made one mistake by not doing the Lord said to do, and he's not king no more. And yeah, you over here taking the Lord's grace and saying you're going to change your life next week. Give me verse 24, Bible shot.
Verse 24. And Saul said unto Samuel, I have sinned, for I have transgressed the commandment of the Lord in thy words, because I feared the people and obeyed their voice.
He feared the people and obeyed that voice. If that's not the Christian pastor, then what is? The reason why Christian pastors don't teach you laws, statutes, and commandments, and they don't teach you that we are the children of God, Black and Native Americans, we are Israelites, is because they fear the people. They will lose their whole congregation. The pastor don't run the church, the people do. He's scared he's gonna lose his people because nobody want to change their life. Right? He got a preacher coming up. Mm-hmm. That's what he do. Just like what Saul did. He said, I listen to the people, man. I fear the people. You know how blasphemous it is to say that to God, to serve God, and then tell him he was more scared of the people you created than him? I was scared of the people, God. You scared of the people, not me. Man, let me tell you something. You got that precept you got coming up?
1 second.
I'm gonna let you pull that precept.
Yeah, I got it.
All right, go ahead, do your thing.
It's the book of Matthew, chapter 10, verse 28. And do not fear those who kill the body, but cannot kill the soul, but rather fear him who is able to destroy the body and soul in hell. And see what that scripture was just saying, you fearing the people, just somebody that can just kill your flesh. But the Lord is saying, or you know what I'm saying, Christ is saying, fear the Lord who can kill your body and your soul.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Respect what the Lord got to say.
Right.
No, man, forget about what the people got to say. They could just kill your body. So what? I'm fearing somebody that can kill my body and soul. That's what Christ is saying in the book of Matthew. So that's all I want to pull out.
Most of the time, man, that's heavy because like that's like, so just imagine That's the man who made everything.
Right.
The Most High made the people you scared of.
Exactly.
You gonna come? You know why? Because it's not true what he's saying. The past, you don't fear the people, you just love the glory. You know what I'm saying? They don't. They say the Christian church say they fear the people. They don't do. They say because the people, but it's not because you fear the people. It's because you love the glory you got. Saul loved the glory he received from doing that stuff. God.
That's right.
Right? Now let's get down to let's drop down to 25.
Verse 25.
Mm-hmm.
Now therefore,
let me tell you something before we got into this Bible shot. We're gonna read when we talking the whole class. Let's talk about vengeance. We're gonna see the reason why we say we should go in this book to see how our ancestors dealt with stuff like this. Right. So long you've been saying, forget about slavery, forget about what they did into this. We're gonna see what Samuel did, which was a priest. We're gonna see what priests of the Lord are who really are. What they do. We're gonna see. Keep reading.
Verse 25. Now therefore, I pray thee, pardon my sin, and turn again with me, that I may worship the Lord. Verse 26. And Samuel said unto Saul, I will not return with thee, for thou hast rejected the word of the Lord, and the Lord hath rejected thee from being king over Israel. Verse 27.
Go to chapter 33.
Verse 33. And Samuel said, as thy sword hath...
Go down to 32.
Verse 32. Then said Samuel, bring ye hither to me Agag, the king of the Amalekites. And Agag came unto him.
Can you read it?
Delicately.
Right, delicately. What that mean? He came to himself.
Right.
He came tiptoeing the people that they just killed, right? They didn't kill these people, right? And but they killed these people. Why they killed them? Because they killed their people in the back hundreds of years ago, right?
That's right.
Keep reading.
And Agag said, surely the bitterness of death is past. Wow.
He said, hey man, y'all got your vengeance, right? You got your revenge. Y'all got your reparations. Surely slavery has passed.
That's right.
Surely slavery has passed. Surely that we don't need reparations. Surely y'all guys won't get mad for what we did to y'all in slavery. Surely the Native Americans won't get mad when we give them a piece of land. Surely death has passed away from us. Surely, man, we give you the right to vote. You could integrate with us now. We gave y'all our schools. You could mingle with our schools. We got no chains on y'all. Surely death has passed from us for what we did to you. Surely death has passed from when we break your men in front of their wives. Surely death has passed from us when we threw your babies to alligator bait. Right. Surely death has passed from us for making your pregnant woman breastfeed our babies and causing their babies to die. Right. Surely death has passed from us for lynching your men on trees. Surely death has passed from us for whipping your backs in. Surely death has passed from us for making shoes out your skin. Surely death has passed for us for putting your babies in cages. Surely death has passed from us from putting smallpox, giving you smallpox blankets. Surely death has passed us from killing all the buffalo that you survived to eat. You got any more to add today?
I think you hitting it on the head, sir. Don't sound correct.
What's that? Surely death has passed from us for putting your men on 2 horses and whipping both the horses for his body to split in half. Surely death has passed from us for forcing y'all to sleep with each other so we could breed y'all. Surely death has passed. Surely death has passed for Black Wall Street in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Surely death has passed from Emmett Till. Surely death has passed from that, right? Surely death has passed from Trayvon Martin, right? Surely death has passed for that. All the things should have passed, right? All the things you did unto us surely has passed. I could keep going on. I could keep going on. Keep reading up.
Verse 33. And Samuel said, as thy sword hath made women childless.
Just as your sword made women childless, just as your sword killed babies. What's a sword? A sword is a device to kill. Just as Planned Parenthood made all women childless. Just as lynching made all women childless, just as cutting all women's stomachs and stepping on that baby, just as gator bait made all women childless, just as putting our children locked up in the cages at the border made our women childless, just as molesting and raping our children made our women childless. What you got?
If I could add to that, just like Lamentations 4:18 says, they hunt our steps that we can't go in our streets. You know what I'm saying? Made the women childless. They killing their babies out in the street.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Gunning them down. The police going over there, and he just off instinct, just the whole clip, the whole squad just emptying their clips on one brother. And now this woman is childless. She has no son. Right. She has no daughter.
That has made women childless. You see it. Men getting gunned down the street has made women childless. That's now, right. What's going to happen? Read.
So shall thy mother be childless among women.
Your mom is going to be childless among women. The Lord is going to bring vengeance. Christ, Yahweh Mashiach, who you know as Jesus Christ,
right?
Bring vengeance.
That's right.
For the Lord. Christ is the word of God. He's coming back from an order from the Most High.
That's
to
right.
Get vengeance.
That's right.
And make the oppressor, every heathen that oppressed us, every heathen that is oppressing us, he's going to get vengeance. And their mothers are going to be childless amongst women.
That's right.
That's the big court date. Through the Lord. Now give me Ezekiel chapter 25, verse 12.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. What time is it? Oh, it's bedtime. Shoot. Oh, yeah?
Ezekiel chapter 25, verse 12.
Yeah.
Thus saith the Lord God, because that Edom hath dealt against the house of Judah by taking vengeance, and hath greatly offended and revenged himself upon them.
13.
Verse 13. Therefore, thus saith the Lord God, I will also stretch out mine hand upon Edom.
He gonna stretch forth. I mean, he gonna do business with them. You want to take vengeance on my people? I'm gonna take vengeance on you. Keep reading.
And I will cut off man and beast from it, and I will make it desolate from to man.
To man, who's the man? The man is Germany, the wise men of Edom. Keep going.
And they of, how you say it?
The Dan.
It's
like the Dukes of Edom. Keep going.
Shall fall by the sword.
Right.
Verse 14. And I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people Israel.
Wait, through the hand of who?
By the hand of my people Israel.
Let me tell you something. This is how vengeance is going. The big court date, there is going to be a speedy trial. It's going to be this. You're going to come back, just like you did to us, right? You are guilty, right? They say what? You are innocent until proven guilty.
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you something, but to black people, you got to plead guilty before you even step in. You gotta say you're guilty, even if you're not.
Mm-hmm. Christ
won't come back. You're already guilty. You're guilty. Matter of fact, you in trial right now. You did not know. The oppressor been in trial right now. A 400 and 500 trial they've been in. And the Christ come back is gonna be the verdict. And that's it. He's coming, man. And he said through his people Israel, it's gonna be Christ with the angels. And guess who's going to help them fight? Who's gonna be with them? Israel. The 144. We're gonna be up in there, Lord allowed, to get vengeance. He said he's gonna get vengeance through who though? Him, his people. The Lord don't leave his throne, his seat. He's the God of heaven and earth. He's gonna get the vengeance through us. All we are waiting is on the order. That's it. That's all we're telling you is you're gonna get the order. You're going to get the order. But vengeance is the Lord. We are servants of God, and we're gonna move when He says so. And all we're gonna say is Khan out of one Khan.
That's right.
That's it. And we're gonna take that vengeance. We're gonna do because the Lord. That's the day. That's the time the Lord appointed to take vengeance. That's the time that the God of heaven and earth the God of heaven and earth said that was the right time. Who am I to question the God of heaven and earth? Who am I? But let me get let's read that scripture again.
It's the book of Ezekiel, chapter 25, verse 14.
That was it on 14? Did you?
Nah, it was more.
Oh, read that.
Verse 14. And I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people Israel, and they shall do in Edom according to mine anger and according to my fury, and they shall know my vengeance, saith the Lord God.
Let me tell you something, man. Through his anger and his fury, let me tell you how angry the Lord is with Esau. They have a whole book just for their destruction. The book of Obadiah. It's only one chapter. It's one chapter just talking. That's how angry the Lord is. Imagine you being angry. This is how much anger you're going to have for your child, something happened to your child. Okay, think about this. Israel is the Lord's reputation. It's his name. You done crapped the oppressor done crapped on his name. They done crapped on his name. Now they gotta pay. Now let me get Isaiah 13 and 14. All right. I'll be going to read what's going to happen unto them. Since we've done read all the crimes, we read all the things they're going to get punished for, what they get in trial, right? They trial. What they say? What they getting charged for?
Right.
That's the word. What they getting charged for? They getting charged for damn drugs. That's a crime, right?
Mm-hmm.
They getting kidnapping, harassment. We always harass, right? Harassment, murder.
Yeah, I can start naming if you want.
Rape. Go ahead. Molestation, identity theft. Keep going.
Racketeering, assault and battery. You know what I'm saying? Assault with a deadly weapon, mass genocide, unarmed murders that they just committing. Like, ain't even no self-defense. It's just senseless murders. That's a charge. They just senseless killing people. Like, it's just a whole bunch of identity theft, molestation, child pedophilia. They raping. Man, what they breaking and entering. The police breaking and entering inside brothers and sisters' house every day without no warrants. Just kick your door down. They don't pay no bills here. They just coming and breaking and entering. That's a crime in itself, right there. And the police do that.
Matter of fact, since we talking about crime, we should pull up that article we got. We got it.
Which one?
We're gonna talk about
this one or this one?
Yeah. You see that one? We're gonna read a little bit of it.
Which one you want? That one or the human leather one?
Matter of fact, no, let's just okay. We're gonna skip the article right now. We're running short on time. We're gonna go down to show you like what's going to happen in a time where him getting his judgment and his vengeance and the Lord's vengeance onto the oppressor for what he did to Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans. The crimes he committed to us because nobody else is giving him that judgment. Black, Hispanic, Native Americans, we are receiving judgment every day. The oppressor is not. The oppressor is not. So let me get
on Isaiah 13 and 14?
Yeah, let me get that.
It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 13, verse 14. And it shall be as the chased roe, and as a sheep that no man taketh up.
What's a chased roe? It's like a running deer. You know, a deer running. It's gonna be as deer just be running. Don't even know where they're going. They just be gone. They just be gone. They be running. Jump straight in front of the car.
Nah, for real, like the rabbits too. They just be running.
They be running. They run to their death. Don't know where they're going. Don't have no idea where they're going. They just running a chased roe.
It's the
Like you on the wild, you know, like even like you know the gazelles in the wild, they got the lions running after them. They just be running.
That's right.
They just be running. This is the Bible. Keep reading.
And it shall be as the chased roe, and as a sheep that no man taketh up.
What that mean? That means they're gonna have no protection. It's gonna be a chase row, and their buddies ain't gonna come and help them against anything. They're gonna die. They gonna have no protection. Keep reading.
They shall every man turn to his own people, and flee every one into his own land.
Everybody at the end time, everybody's going to flee into their own people. Everybody's going to desire their own people. Then you're gonna have race wars because everybody's gonna be like, well, we gotta stick together. We gotta stick with these people, right? Keep reading.
Verse 15. Every one that is found shall be thrust through.
Where did I get?
Verse 15. Every one that is found shall be thrust through.
What does it mean to be thrust through? What does it mean to be thrust through?
You're gonna be killed. You're gonna be taken care of.
You're gonna be killed, but how you gonna be killed?
You getting thrown or something?
Thrust. Like a sword going through your body. You're gonna be thrust through. Like you gonna, like you know how you throw somebody in the stores in the ground, somebody gonna boom. You're gonna be thrust through.
Dang.
Everyone found, right? All heathens that are found, right? Now read after that.
And every one that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword.
You try to join with your oppressor, you are going to die like an oppressor. You chose your side. Instead of being on the side of your forefathers, the side of the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the side of Christ, you decide to pick white Jesus. You decide to pick Christianity. You decided to pick Islam. You decided to pick Buddha. You decided to pick Shivna. If I'm saying that right. You decided to pick those gods. So you're going to die just like your oppressor because you decided. In war, you pick sides. You can't just pick, oh, I want to jump on this side right now. You're going to come, you're going to be joining hand in hand, and you're going to be right there. You got that? I know you had it. Go ahead.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 11, verse 21. Though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not be unpunished, but the seed of the righteous shall be delivered.
Right. And let me tell you something, man. Nat Turner, man, he had to kill. He said the threat was the people who wanted to still be in slavery.
Right.
We named out of all these people, all our forefathers and our people getting murdered, raped, robbed, lynched, all these things. I'm gonna keep it general because we could go down to the gritty. We had our articles we could have put up. For time's sake, we ain't, but we could have went down there, man. We could have went down there. But those people who wants to stay in this state means they hate their own people. See, when we got out of Egypt, people wanted to go back into Egypt. They wanted to go back into Egypt. Now the Lord's not having that. The Lord's only going to say to people who want to be saved. If you choose, you asking for death, aren't you not? You asking for death. The Lord's so just, he's going to give it to you. And get the Lord a hand, man. Get a hand, man. That's a just God. Yeah, you want to live, he give it to you. You want to live, so you do the law, statutes, and commandments, he give it to you. You want to die, he give it to you too.
Hey, you ask and you shall receive.
Damn right. Hey, the God we serve is real. And you're going to see on Judgment Day. You better hope you pick the right side. You better hope that the side you better pray that the thing that you believe in will save you at the last day. You better believe them rocks grow legs big enough to box with God. I pray. You better believe them stars. You've been stargazing. Hopefully them stars do something to you. Because back in the ISUPK, we identify the crimes that happened to our people. And we are taught, like God said, remember the days of old. Remember what they did to us. The men in ISUPK, since we are wise men and we understand, we are still angry for what Cain did to Abel. Since then, we just read about the Amalekites, Amalek. We are still angry for them because we love our people. And if you really are a follower of Christ, you will love people that you never met. We all family. America teaches you how to be selfish, that you only got to worry about your immediate family, your blood. But David said, "You my blood of my blood, my bone, my flesh of my flesh." We all blood. Israel, Black, Hispanics, Native Americans, we need to come together and love our own and love the people who came before us and have so much love and respect for them that we hate the people who did those things unto them.
Right.
We hate the people who made my brothers drug dealers by putting drugs in the neighborhood. We hate the people who made our women murderers because they put Planned Parenthood in the neighborhood.
Right.
We hate the people who gave the poor people a choice of life. They gave a choice of the lesser of the evils. That's what you did. You took.
Right.
You're not going. A Black man going to feed his family. You are punishing me after you just took the factories out my neighborhood. I came from World War II fighting for you. Then I gotta go work at a car wash. Then on top of that, you're going to put drugs in my community before I can sell. Then punish me for selling it. That is a wicked judge. That's a wicked parent. That's what they are. A parent tells you something to do, they should applaud you for doing it. The oppressor gave us drugs to do them. Guns to kill our own, and we did it. And we still labeled as criminals. You have something to say? Read that again. The next verse. 16.
Verse 16. Their children also shall be dashed to pieces before their eyes. Their house.
Your children will be taken before dashed before pieces before your eyes. You know why the Lord's going to do that? You know why? Because it happened unto us. Imagine having your child, you giving birth just to give your child away. You giving birth just so you could produce milk to feed the oppressor's baby and watch your baby die because he got to drink cow's milk. That's what's going to happen to you. Keep reading.
Their houses shall be spoiled and their wives ravished.
Right, your wives are going to be ravished, but not through us. We keep the law. We don't rape women, but I know people who do rape women. I know them Arabs going to bust through your door. They're going to Allah Akbar through your door. Take your wives in front of you. The same people, them people make alliances, Chinatown going to collapse. And Jackie Chan gonna walk and go karate chop your wife and ravish your wife.
Yeah, he's gonna say Hanyaseo and come through the door.
They're gonna have a good feast afterwards. Just like they're gonna have a good Chinese buffet afterwards.
Fresh dogs and frog legs.
Right. They're gonna ravish your wives. And what we're gonna do is be like, hey, none of our business.
Mm-hmm.
You asked for that. You did that. Keep going.
Verse 17. Behold, I will stir up the Medids against them. Which
then that's it on that. Give me Jeremiah 49 and 14.
Gotcha.
Right. So they don't have to pay for their crimes because it's just. We are praying for our crimes every day. They got crimes backed up since Cain. Since Amalek. They got crimes. They got crimes. Keep reading. You got that precept?
Mm-hmm. You said 49.
And you know why what's the crazy part though? You know why we gotta have a big court date? Because let me ask this. How many oppressors or so-called Edomites, right? Or they are Edomites. How many of them went to court for slavery? Who's trial for the slave trade? Anybody was trial? You ever heard somebody going to trial for the slave trade?
Wow.
You ever heard anybody going to trial for taking the Native Americans' land and raping and robbing and giving them smallpox blankets and killing all their buffalo?
Nope.
You know, the Nazis, you find, the people, the Jewish people, they find a Nazi, a German, They could be old in the wheelchair on their last breath. You know they still gonna put them in jail. They remember them times. They get trial. They go to jail for that. For what they did. They call it. You know what they call it? The Holocaust. The crime against humanity. What they tell you about slavery? Forget about it. You know what's the crazy part about it though? We're gonna show you that people are so racist and don't care, and black people are not treated as human because the Holocaust is always brought up in a response to slavery, right? But what about the Holocaust? What about it? Did you know that 1 million blacks was killed in the Holocaust too? Nobody know that, right? Nobody want to talk about that though. Nobody want to bring that up because you are a racist and you don't care about black, Hispanics, Native Americans. You don't care about black people. 1 million. What's 1 million black lives? How much does 1 million black lives cost? I'm gonna turn this away. That's what that is. That's what that is. Give me
the book of Jeremiah, chapter 49, verse 14.
Mm-hmm.
I have heard a rumor from the Lord,
Mm-hmm.
and an ambassador is sent unto the heathen,
Right.
saying, gather ye together and come against her and rise up to the battle.
The Lord is not. Let me tell you something. The Lord is saying, man, He's about to action. He's saying, well, you want to fight? Let's fight. Gather all your people up. Let's go, man. The Lord is saying He want to gather everybody up, man, because it's like going to the park. He want everybody. You know how like you finna go fight at the park. You leave your mama house. Shit, where y'all going? You going with your homeboys. You know you finna go fight. Y'all grouped up. Y'all ganged up.
Mm-hmm.
You know people gonna be there. You gonna all meet. You get everybody at the park. Y'all gonna be fighting, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you tell your mom, yeah, I'm gonna play basketball, but you know you about to fight. And that's what's about to go right here. The Lord's sending all these people down here to fight. That's what's going to happen. Keep reading.
Verse 15. For lo, I will make thee small against the heathen and despised among men.
Let me tell you something. Who is this talking about? He's talking about Edom, so-called white man, the oppressor, right? The people who's oppressing the whole face of the earth. He's gonna make them small amongst the heathen. He's gonna be like in us. We are small amongst the nations, and he's gonna be the smallest heathen. The kingdom of heaven, he's gonna be the lowest ranking heathen. He's not gonna be below us. He's gonna be below. He's gonna be below the Africans.
Dang. Whoa.
And that's gonna be a stinking position. I'm sorry. That's gonna be a nasty position for them being under the Africans, man. Right? Keep going.
Verse 16. Thy terribleness hath deceived thee, and the pride of thine heart, O thou that dwellest.
Like it's talking about his pride. Your pride has deceived you. What's the pride that deceived them? The pride of killing Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans and thinking that nothing can happen to you. That pride has deceived you because now World War III is here. You've been deceived. Your time is running up. Look what you did with your time. Look what you did with the murder of Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Look what you did. Look what world you built. Look what world you built that was worth killing them for Lord to come back to World War III. All you did was make homosexuality legal and put it in all the movies. That's the kingdom you then did. That's the best you got. Keep reading.
O thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock.
Why he dwells in the clefts of the rock? Blow my mind. Blow my mind. Anybody got the answer for beginning the class? Why does he dwell in the cliffs of the rocks? Speak up.
Because he's cursed of the field, like he spilled that blood, so now he can't live off the land.
That's right.
That was Cain. We talking about Edom, right? Because Esau has a spirit of Cain in him. That's why they live in the cliffs of the rock, right? Keep reading.
O that dwellest in the clefts of the rock.
Mm-hmm. Let me tell you something. You can follow who someone is based on in the Bible based on the blessings and cursings. You know what I'm saying? You know how Cain got cursed. You see it right now. Keep reading.
That holdest the height of the hill. Though thou shouldest make thy nest as high as the eagle.
Let me tell you something, man. Who is usually like all these European nations? What they symbol was? Their symbol was the eagle, bro. You can't make this up. Me and Yahadi always say this. You were sure this Bible was written yesterday.
That's right.
He dwells in high. You see, we in Austin right now. When we go to downtown, how they build their homes like this? Why? Or they build it high. Build it high, skyscrapers. And what's the most expensive room? What's the room that they say is worth the most? The penthouse. Where's the penthouse at?
Top of the building.
The top of the building. The top of the building, man. So that's what's the most. That's building. They build their place up high. It's worth more because then the farthest they are away from the ground. The farthest they are away from the ground. And that's why the penthouses are expensive. Penthouses are probably one of the dumbest things on the earth. You literally buy it. You literally on the one floor is worth the same much amount of money as a house, right? And if anything bad happened to you, you would not be able to survive. If there's a fire on the third floor, you can't survive. Something come break in your house, what are you gonna do? Jump out the window? Can't survive. Let's go. Let's hurry this up.
I'll read it again.
Now go to 17.
Verse 17. Also Edom shall be a desolation.
Mm-hmm.
Every one that goeth by it shall be astonished, and shall hiss at all the plagues thereof.
They're gonna be so astonished at how America fell. You're gonna be like, damn, look at that coronavirus. Oh, they nasty. They dying by the numbers. They're gonna be like, oh, America fell. Look at their dollar collapsing. No, I ain't dealing with them. Oh, look at that. Look at them AIDS. They love homosexuality. Damn. Look at their plagues. Disgusting. Disgusting. Go to give me Lamentation chapter 4, verse 20.
I got it. Lamentations 4 and 20.
Okay, 4 and 21.
4 and 21.
Mm-hmm.
This is the book of Lamentations, chapter 4, verse 21.
Mm-hmm.
Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom,
Mm-hmm.
that dwellest in the land of Uz.
Mm-hmm.
The cup also shall pass through unto thee. Thou shalt be drunken and shalt make thyself naked.
He's making himself naked because he's drunken, man. He's exposing everybody and showing everybody that he is the devil. This is how we bring up in class. Everybody knows he's the devil now. Everybody know, even the white man knows that the white man's the devil now. Because he's all about smooth words. He said he's going to help Ukraine. He's going to send people down there to fight with Ukraine. He never did.
Pulling up his skirt.
That's exactly what's going on. The man of sin is being revealed.
That's right.
Because for the longest, you thought America, you started to see the injustice of what's happening to Black, Hispanic, Native Americans, us going to jail and realizing this is not the land of the free, but the land of the slaves. And that's why people come to America. Heathens come to America to get a piece of that land of slaves. I'm not gonna bring Game of Thrones up in there, but people, they had lands that was known for slavery, and that's what America is known for, slavery. Right. And that's why every Arab or Asian, they come back down here to get wealth, because slavery is $1 billion business. If it's not, tell me why they come down here. And the Arabs they don't put gas stations in good neighborhoods. Good neighborhoods have Buc-ee's.
That's right. That is right.
They don't put gas stations in good neighborhoods like that.
That's right.
You go to a good neighborhood, but you're not gonna find no corner store. You gonna have your Walmart or something. The Walmart, you're gonna have a super Walmart or a super Target.
If I could.
Go ahead.
Nah, because Buc-ee's not even a gas station. That's a mall.
Right.
I ain't never been no gas station that big. That thing got everything. So what you saying is heavy. Neighborhoods, they got Buc-ee's.
Right.
But then, in the hoods, we get the corner stores, the 50-cent cakes.
Yeah. And the Arab came and understand what he's saying. but he's making money
Mm-hmm.
because it's a land of slaves. The Asians come over here, Chinese people come over here, build Chinatown in the midst. Boy, you go be in Philadelphia right now. You be in the midst, you be in the hood in Chinatown. And you gonna stop there, you're gonna get you a 2-piece combo and give all that money to them. You're gonna get you that fried rice. You're gonna get them chicken wings. You're gonna give all that money because they know this is a land of slaves. It's easy to make money off slaves. That's what they're gonna do. I'm missing another nation. There's another nation that will feed off of people. Oh, Chinese people again, they nails, hair, everything. Everything, man. Give me down. Let's go down to 22.
Verse 22. The punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished.
The punishment of our iniquity is accomplished. We are accomplishing that punishment. This time is up. Time is up from being slaves.
Right.
Time is up. Keep reading.
O daughter of Zion,
Black, Hispanic, Spanish Americans. Keep reading.
he will no more carry thee away into captivity.
This is our last captivity. Ain't no more carrying away from captivity. We've been under the Assyrians, the Egyptians, the Greeks, the Romans, the Persians, the Babylonians, all these people we've been underneath. And that's no more. That's no more. There's no more captivities. Keep reading.
He will visit thine iniquity, O daughter of Edom.
Oh, daughter of who?
Edom. He will discover thy sins.
He's going to visit Edom, and he's going to see the crack you done put in our neighborhoods. He's going to discover the crack you done put in our neighborhoods. He's going to discover the Planned Parenthood you put in our neighborhoods. He's going to discover you taking the black man out the house and giving the woman more money. He's going to discover the rapings of black women. He's going to discover the Mexican babies locked up in the border. He's going to discover that. Now let's see. Go to Obadiah 1:15. We're gonna close it in.
Oh, I had it on deck.
Yeah. Give me Obadiah 1:15.
The book of Obadiah, chapter 1, verse 15. 15, right? Okay. For the day of the Lord is near upon all the heathen.
No, some of the heathen.
All the heathen.
No, this Chinese.
All the heathen.
This East Indians.
All the heathen.
This Arabs.
All the heathen.
This the Koreans.
All the heathen.
This the Japanese.
All the heathen.
This just the Africans.
All the heathen.
Just the white man.
All the heathen.
No, the white man, the Chinese man, the Japanese man, the Korean man, matter of fact, the South Korean man, the North Korean man, the South African, the Libyans, the Kush, the Egyptians, the Ethiopians, Edom, from Russia, Ukraine, who else? What's that place? The United Kingdom,
Filipinos,
the Filipinos, all those people, all the heathen.
Pakistan, Uzbekistan, and the Polish people, the Amish people,
East Indians, the who else? The
Irish, the Grecians.
Yes.
We can name on and on and on.
Oh no, man.
All of them got to get it.
The Australians.
I forgot about them.
The Hawaiians, all those people. They're going to be what?
For the day of the Lord is near upon all the heathen. As thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee.
And that's why we say, you know why the white man's going to be the smallest of the heathen? Because he did the most unto us.
Right.
The Hawaiians and them, right? They're going to be the second class. They're going to be underneath us. They're going to be the highest ranking heathens in the kingdom of heaven. Why? Because the scriptures let you know, as thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Right? Right? That's just, ain't it?
If I could, who you said was going to be the Asians and who else? The Hawaiians?
The Hawaiians.
And Most High Christ. There's some strong heathens.
Yeah, there's some strong heathens. Simone's going to be right there.
No homo, but they got some big, huge calves. It'd be good to be placing them gold plates down.
And they're going to be, in the white, the oppressor got to answer to us. He's going to have heathens above him. Just like we have to answer to the oppressor, but we still got to answer to other people.
That's
We gotta come and beg the Arabs let us work in their gas station. We gotta beg the Chinese people to work in their hair shops. We gotta beg the Chinese people to work in their nail shops. We gotta beg the Chinese people to work in their kitchen. They give them our recipe, give them the Chinese the fried chicken recipe. Good night. Let's go to
You want me to finish it off?
yeah.
Thy reward shall return upon thine own head.
Right. They will return on that own head, man. You reap what you sow. They reaped all that stuff that happened to them, so they're going to get it. It's only right. And that's what judgment day is for. That's a big court day. Is going to show you all the crimes. They're gonna list down all the murders and lynchings and rapings and robbing of land the oppressed did. They're gonna get rewarded. They're gonna get rewarded for Breonna Taylor. They're gonna get rewarded for Emmett Till. They're gonna get rewarded for Sandra Bland. They're gonna get rewarded for George Floyd, for Philando Castile, for Trayvon. I said Trayvon Martin. They're gonna get rewarded for Trayvon Martin.
Right.
They're gonna get rewarded for 77 million blacks that was brung, so-called Negroes brung here on slavery and died. They're gonna get rewarded for 99 million Native Americans who died from this land. They're gonna get rewarded for Black Wall Street. They're gonna get rewarded for Gator Bait. They're gonna get rewarded for the lynchings and raping our women. They're going to get rewarded for slashing the babies out of pregnant women. They're gonna get rewarded for castrating our men. They are going to get rewarded for buck breaking of men. They're gonna get rewarded for the leather, for the shoes they made. They're gonna get rewarded for the laughing barrels. They're gonna get rewarded for having dogs chased on us. They are going to get rewarded for the criminal justice system, which is modern day slavery. They're gonna get rewarded for shipping our babies to across the country. They're gonna get rewarded for scalping our people. They're going to get rewarded for we just talked about the Levi jeans. They're gonna get rewarded for all these things they had. They're gonna get rewarded. And if you don't change your life, you won't experience none of this. All the pain you dealt with your whole life is going to be in vain if you don't change your life, because the Lord is going to come and save those who want to be saved. And how do you show the Lord you want to be saved? You show that the way you show the Lord the way you love to be saved is that you don't love this place. What does it mean not to love this place? The scripture says whoever loves the world is an enemy with God. So you can't love doing drugs. You can't love Christmas. You can't love Thanksgiving. You can't love all these different Valentine's Day. You can't love selling drugs. You can't love being a homosexual. You can't love eating pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster. And when you don't love those things and you don't do them, you let the Lord know that you want to be saved because you hate it here. The Lord hates this here.
Right.
That's what you do. You got anything to say?
If I could, what he's saying is heavy. In more simpler terms, don't they're the opposition. Don't be joined with the ops. We on the right side. You know, the Lord coming back and he coming to side on the opposition, the oppressor. Not be joined with them. You know, they have a court date. You know, we already getting our court dates here, but you follow these laws, statutes, commandments, come away from that world. Don't let the things in this world. And when Christ come back and crack that sky with 200 million angels, that's their judgment. They're in court. So right now they on trial. They don't understand. They don't know that. You know what I'm saying? They don't know anything. They just living life and going to war, and they just buddies keep dying left and right. You know, a couple of presses come back with blown up legs from IEDs and getting run over by tanks. Don't know how to get out the way. You know, just senseless and just, you know, just senseless. But they have a judgment coming for them.
Right. They have a judgment coming for them because for so long we have been servants to the world for so long. Since Egypt, we've been serving to this place. We've been serving under everybody for so long. And that's why the earth is giving into our hands, because the Lord gave us, like, what made Christ such a good king is that he served. What's going to make us such good rulers on this place is because we serve. We know what it is to feel on the bottom and be slaves. And we serve this place. We're the only people who know how to serve the earth. Only people in the midst of being oppressed, we find ways to make the earth better. And that's why we're going to get rulership. And that's why the big court date is going to show everybody's going to be against the oppressor. The fish is going to be against the oppressor. The ozone layer is going to be against the oppressor. The waters, the trees, the animals is going to sit there right on our side against the oppressor. They're going to be his victims. Right next to Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans. He's going to be guilty. And with that, we get the security announcements.
You got a man for him?
Yeah, let me see.
You could. Oh, shut up.
Did you send it to me?
You should have it.
If not,
I got the security announcement right here.
right.
You want me to read it? I read it.
You can. No problem.
There's the ISUPK security announcements. We are the ISUPK, start out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother and sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6 month period, brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment, Numbers 18 and 21. The book of Malachi, chapter 3, verse 8 to 10, means tenth in the Hebrew. Ma'asher, 10% of every penny of increase the Lord gives you. Give the treasury department or teacher, priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like, upcoming holy convocations.
The upcoming holy convocations is the Passover, which is on the 14th day of the first month, Friday, April 15th, 2022, which can be found in the book of Exodus, chapter 12, verses 1 through 51, the book of Leviticus, chapter 23, verses 4 through 5, the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 5, verses 7 through 8, and the book of 2 Chronicles, chapter 30, verse 17. Don't want to miss it. It's going to be a glorious day in Cocoa Beach, Florida. April 15th is the Passover.
On sign of Christ. Remind Akim and Akwat to check the bulletin board in the hallway. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, to start wearing all black, boots, shirt, pant, headband, and scarf. And with that, that's the ISUPK security announcements. We're going to play some song. All right. I'm afraid we're going to get a curse salute to the brothers. Shalom Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai Barakatah. To the curse salute to the sisters. Shalom Shema Atah Ba Shem Yahweh Shai. And with that, we're going to leave out a song out.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Damn right, I'm a UPK nigga. Straight out of one West, no contest. We the best to the niggas that's living, trying to contend with the stress. Going through the test, no access, cause you repressed slaves. Niggas is dying off in waves. Living in dirt, now it's a grave. Niggas cross-talk through the crosswalk in order.
Russia was going to turn, and war would break out.
Кто бы ни пытался понять, с которыми вы в своей истории еще не...
Ми закидали! Добре вам тут!
Well, thank God for the ICBM missile, brother.
Angel life. Rise up tomorrow.